is the old adult education center, and as you can see, it's just burned out now. There's nothing in it.
Yeah, adult education. What did they teach there?
All kinds of things: vocational education, nursing programs, resume development. It was really a clearinghouse.
And this is what became of it.
This is what became of it.
I wonder. Yeah, that building's just vacant, all blown out.
And it needs to be torn down. And then everything used to be in that building, right?
The Career Academy. This is it.
Career Academy, right?
Oh, this is nice.
They're in danger of losing it because of funding. There's some funding issues.
So they might shut it down?
It might get shut down. As you can see, the Career Academy is right next to a burned out, abandoned apartment building.
Oh, this was an apartment building here.
There is no bulk pickup, and obviously those couches have been there for a while because nobody lives there.
Look at that. There's no taxes, I guess, to pick up the trash. Is that?
I mean, that's a great political excuse, but I'm sure it doesn't go this way. So now you can see, it's just this huge building, George Ferris School building.
Look at that. It takes up the whole block.
Takes up the whole block, and it's just abandoned. This used to be a school. Okay.
Used to be. Right next door, an old apartment building that's completely trashed.
This abandoned school, though, is right next door to a school that's being used.
School. If they have to walk to school, they have to walk.
They have to walk past this.
Past this. So that's a church, and that's the closed library at the end of the street there. It's not open, so.
When you celebrate picking up trash as a major accomplishment,
right?
Opening a library seems impossible.
This is like when the old boom towns when they used to mine for gold.
Right.
And then the gold was gone, and there would be ghost town.
And then there's a ghost town. And so
the
Chrysler left, ghost town. Automotive industry leaves,
ghost town. Well.
Right. Good test case.
It's a test case of what happens when
one of the major industries in the nation leaves. I mean, just imagine what would happen if the big three weren't viable companies anymore. Right? You'd have this would happen across the nation.
Wow, it gets worse than this. This is not bad compared to.
Oh no, we can show you much worse.
All right, we will.
You want to see worse?
Yeah, okay. Let's go see.
Let's go see the.
All right. This is a house. I'm guessing it was a house.
Yeah, it looks like a house with an old storefront.
Look at that.
People dumping Highland Park tires.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's right. There's couches and just people. Maybe because there's no bulk pickup. Why not just go throw it on top of
from the suburbs?
Here's another house. Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Look at that. An abandoned house right there. Another one. All these houses. Oh man, another one.
People do live on this street.
People are living. Yeah, this is.
People are living on
this is a ghost town. But look on the other across the street. Literally across the street.
Living here.
There's a house. It's not abandoned. Imagine looking across the street and seeing this. This is ironic.
Right.
Look what it says here. City of Highland Park, working for you.
Work for me.
Yeah, and in the midst, literally, look where this sign is placed. In the midst of chaos. Broken houses. This is sad. And across the street there's another abandoned house. But there's people living on the same street here. And there's a church right there. Another church.
That's about all we got left.
Churches?
Churches.
I mean, in the middle of all this. People.
Carl 11, they're supporting Carl 11.
Oh, they have a sign that says support. I wonder if 11.
Carl 11 supports them.
Oh, here's about the problems going on.
No, he doesn't come down here. The governor doesn't come down here.
She doesn't? Or senators, state reps, what are they doing?
State reps, they come down. But,
well, they're from here, aren't there some?
Right, they cover this area.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Wayne County Commissioner.
Oh, that's sad.
We need some leadership. You know, we need folks to come together.
That's a playground that just dismantled, just a hot mess. I want to just show, because it's hard to see from the car, I want to show everyone what actually, like, it's not just one little house that's messed up. It's
so
like
you see all the dumping.
A ghost town. Yeah, I know, look at all the dumping. There's no bulk pickup. Tires.
See, so these aren't, you know, that's not somebody tires from their house.
No.
Right, that's somebody coming in.
And dumping. Wow, yeah, that is dumping.
That's dumping. Right.
That's dumping. Come on, let's get out. I'm gonna get out of the car.
You know, some of these houses are crack houses. I mean, you know, kids obviously live in this neighborhood. They're walking to school. very dangerous for them.
They walk past things like this.
They walk past this. They walk past houses like this.
Yeah.
Folks can get raped in houses like that.
Oh yeah. I mean, who knows what's in there?
Right.
And I'm just gonna do a 360, just an all-around view of what's here. Just look at this. I'm standing in one place. I'm just turning to show you what's in a 360-degree radius. But just junk, tires. Someone has a boat, I guess. I mean, people are living here. There is, you know, an abandoned house over there. Someone's living there, it looks like. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Some of these houses you can't tell. Here we go with, this is the street corner we're on. Lincoln and Grand. Another abandoned house right there. It's like a ghost town, but there's people in it. It's crazy. You know, who's up really outraged? I mean, like, let's say the person who lives in, let's say that house down the street up there. How do they feel about living in this?
They're being down. They're depressed. Right? They've been down so long that they're used to it. So there's some new leadership that's trying to create synergy and get folks up in arms about this. But Obama's stimulus package, in fact, has $150 billion in it that's supposed to go to training for low-income folks to do rehab on their homes and to weatherize their homes. And so if you can train somebody in Highland Park to weatherize their house or to weatherize homes, you're creating a job, you're improving the community, right? You're bringing the home up to code. That's moving in the right direction. Right now, nobody's saying anything. The state has ignored.
This is an example. Yeah, the state has ignored the city. This should be a state of emergency.
It should be a state of emergency.
This is the United States. This is a first world country, so they say.
First world country, third world living conditions. I mean, if you showed this to somebody and asked them what country was this, they probably wouldn't say America. This doesn't look like this isn't the American dream.
80% of the tax base came from, or the budget came from Chrysler, so now we're looking at this on a national level. Everyone's paying attention, but this is what's been happening. This is the wake of the auto industry right here.
The auto industry leaves.
This has already happened.
No political vision.
No.
Right? No,
we need a new industry.
We need a new industry.
The natural habitat is returning. That is a pheasant crawling across the... Look at that. Ideas. These are just empty lots. Just vacant space. This could, all this empty space could be turned into something. It's so depressing. I am depressed. By looking at it, it looks like that's a...
And then you want kids
to think big and dream big in this situation. Here's a house. Abandoned, surrounded by trees. Just overgrowth. The nature's taking over. Because people have failed. Oh wow, the whole back of that house is burned out. You can see the stair. I wonder what kind of fun times we had in that house. Right. Like all the family, you know, holidays. And whenever I see these houses, I start wondering.
So you're talking about a city that used to have 50,000 people in it that now has roughly 14,000.
In how much time?
In maybe 20 years.
20 years.
20, 25 years.
Yeah, about 25 years. That's about my age. So since I was born, this happened.
This happened. That's right. That's right. The auto companies are getting attention.
Right.
The CEOs are getting attention. Right. But the people who will be affected aren't getting any attention at all. We've got to put a face on what's going to happen to the big 4 million workers if the auto industry goes under. And isn't it ironic that in a city like this, you have the birthplace of Ford Motor Company?
Where is that? Right there?
To the right here.
This is the Model T where they built it?
Where the Model T was built.
Oh, look at that.
This is the birthplace right here.
Oh, it's a storage facility. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what
Look at that. See, that's where the Model T was made, right there.